All right, I'm going to introduce my favorite kind of variable, and that is going to be how to store a user's input as your variable. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use two different functions here, and so I'm going to just make a comment here that says use the prompt function to store a string. So we're going to see two different things in action. One, we're going to be able to allow the user to input a string and it gets stored in our program. And then we'll also be able to allow the user to store a number, and then we'll use that number. So use the prompt number function, function to store a value. And so the very first thing we're going to do is I'm going to say var, and I'm going to say user's favorite class. So the idea behind the program that we're about to write is this program is going to ask the user, hey, what's your favorite class? So in order to allow the user to input their own idea, we're going to say var user favorite class, and we're going to say prompt. And we're going to need to, we'll always use quotes with a string. So what is your favorite class? Here we go. JavaScript requires the use of semicolons at the end of every line. And what I'm going to do here is I'll show you this in action, console.log, and we'll always just do user favorite class because I want to try and figure out, well, what value is getting stored in user favorite class. So when I run this, you will see this is what that prompt function did. So that prompt function is saying, hey, user, what's your favorite class? And what I'm going to say is math. Sweet. And as you see, so that was what was happening as you ran line 2. Line 6 now says, okay, we're going to display in our debug console whatever value was stored in user favorite class, which was everything that I typed in. Sweet. So now let's go ahead and we're going to use prompt number. So I'll say var, and I'm going to go ahead and say user percentage equals prompt num. And I'm still asking a question, so I'm going to use these quotes, and I'm going to ask the user, what is your percentage in that class? Percentage in that class. Go ahead, end that with right there. And so what we're going to do is not only will I show our favorite class, but I will also go ahead and show our user, whatever value is getting stored in user percentage. I'll go ahead and run this. What's your favorite class? Math. What's my percentage? Probably a 99. Can't be perfect, right? But I'm pretty dang close. And there we go. User percentage is actually storing the value of 99. Math is storing the value of, or user favorite class is storing the value of math. So I'm going to go ahead and try and do one more thing here. I'm going to use that concatenation operator one last time. We'll do console.log of, I'm going to output a statement and just say, congrats on having a blank in blank. And both those blanks are going to be where I use user favorite class and user percentage. So congrats on having a, now remember, I want to say the number, so user percentage. I'm always going to try and run my code as often as possible. What's your favorite class? Math, 99, right? All right, good. So it says math, 99. I don't really need these. There's two different things you can do. You can either comment them out, or you can just go ahead and delete them. I often like to comment things out rather than delete, just so I know, like, hey, where did I come from? Where am I going? Congrats on having a 99. Take a look at that. I got to go ahead and press enter or space so then I can get a space in between. Congrats on having a 99. I'm going to go ahead and say in, and once more time, I'll go ahead and say user favorite class. Looks pretty good. Oh, having a 99 in math, so in looks like it'll need one more space. And the last thing I suppose I could do is I could print out a exclamation mark, because that's exciting. There you go. What I want you to do is go ahead and use your own favorite class and percentage. In the end, you'll go ahead, screenshot, paste it under activity 4, and you're good to go. Remember, this whole day was like a super quick introduction to variables. We will continue to practice variables again and again and again. This was like just dipping your toes in, just looking at the bay, trying to get a little understanding of what we're going to practice before I ask you to actually be able to come up with this all your own.